Welcome back to the Legal Vibe, and I hope you missed me because I definitely missed recording on the camera. And for those who are new here, I'm Pari Luthra, a second year law student at Nalsar University of Law, Hyderabad. So today I'm going to be talking about a really important and integral part of your law school journey, which is internships. So if you're dreaming of law, if you are a CLAT aspirant, or if you're a law student, this is going to be really helpful for the upcoming entirety of your law school and whenever you'll be interning anywhere. So I'll be sharing my first internship experience. But before that, internships and corporate offices की दुनिया मुझे हमेशा से fascinate करती थी because see, when I started preparing with law, I knew that it's not just courtrooms and it's not just arguments, it's not just those glorious ways the way films show it to be, and it's also a lot of research work, it's also a lot of reading, it's also hours spent with a lot of files over your head, with a lot of books on your table, and just digging for that one case law which can help you ace something that has not been done before, has not been proven before. So this is a side of law that I kind of knew before, but I was able to confront it, I was able to deal with it with this internship. So before going into that, if you're a CLAT aspirant and if you are serious about preparing for CLAT, here is something really important for you. So Physics Wala has launched their new batches for CLAT 2026 and CLAT 2027. So they've got these two batches, which is CLAT Rank Booster 2026 and CLAT Zenith 2027. See, in both of these batches, you're going to get the best study material for CLAT. You're going to get mentorship sessions, live classes, DPPs, PYQs, and a lot more. So go check these batches out, and they're really affordable. The prices are here on the screen. And if you want to prepare for ALIT, other law entrance tests along with CLAT, so you can go for their pro batches, which is CLAT Pro 2026 and CLAT Zenith Pro 2027. And in the pro batches, along with the material and the things that you're getting in the regular batches, you're also going to get their Khazana package. You're also going to get hard copies of PYQs, etc. So you can check that out as well. And if you are someone who is in school and can only give time to CLAT on weekends, there is a CLAT weekend batch for 2026. You can check that out as well. Also, since you're here watching this video, we have a special coupon code for you, which is LEGAL, and with that you're going to get an extra discount, so you can check that out as well. And let's get back to what we were talking about. So I was interning with the in-house counsel for DLF in Gurgaon, and I stayed there for about a month. I had an in-office internship, and honestly, in-office internships are real fun. Like, they're the actual deal. So after my exams ended, I just went from Hyderabad to Gurgaon, and honestly, because Delhi baaju mein hai, so you get all that fun Delhi ka on weekends, and mostly people choose to intern in these cities, like especially Delhi. Delhi is the hub for internships at this point for every law student. And about the internship, see, first of all, the real world of law versus the bookish world of law, the world of law that we're taught about in law school, is very different. Like, honestly, even the topmost law school will want you to learn the black letter of law, to learn the law in a way it has evolved. But again, does that evolution really add something when you're trying to face law or any sort of case in the real world? Not really, because for that you need different set of skills. For that you need a different set of or maybe just a different mindset, because the approach is really different. Now, when I was, so I had completed a lot of courses after, and because I interned for the first time after my first year, so I knew pretty much that how to read the law, how to research on a lot of things, how to be able to, make sense of what the law is trying to say. Because I think वो सीखने में एक साल लग जाता है, because the language that is used in the legal world, the jargon that they use is really different from the kind of English that we're speaking on a regular basis. So for that, I think thankfully for that, I was able to excel it more, or maybe ace it a little more, because I really like researching. And again, a concept that I was really fascinated by was reverse engineering. So basically, what you do is, if you have a problem at hand, you read about it, you read how other people have solved this problem. Like basically if you have any case at hand and you want to know that how do you win this, or how do you just bypass it, or like trick the law in a way that it helps you, it is in your favor. So you read through precedents and then you put it to your use. Like if someone else has done it, how can you elaborate it into your case and then actually go ahead with it. So I think, yeah. And honestly, internships make you smarter. Like it, because you're always on your toes. In law school, I wouldn't say you're laid back, but again, you're not always on your toes. You're not always thinking at the best of your mind. You're not always in an active mode. Whereas when you're interning, it's really just quick. Like it's just here, 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, और सारी चीजें हो रही हैं. So it's just really, really fun like that. Also, when I interned, so it was not just a corporate internship. I mean, that it was, but I also got a chance to visit the district court. And honestly, district courts are a haphazard. Like they are something else. Like they're a different world, because हम courts देखते, हम courtrooms देखते हुए आए हैं for so many years on television and in movies, and it's just not the deal. It's literally not the deal. Even Jolly LLB, which tried to portray it in the closest way, वो भी नहीं कर पाया, because I think the deal with Jolly LLP was कि dramatics तो उसमें भी थे, बस जो courtroom का setup था वो थोड़ा similar था, because like a lot of courtrooms really look very shabby. I mean, it's district court, it looks really shabby, and it's just files everywhere, it's just papers everywhere, it's literally stinking all around. But yeah, that's the glory of it, that's the fun of it. And otherwise, on that note, the corporate side of it I really liked. I mean, I have just this fascination for corporate. So the corp side of it really good. Even if I was working for 12 hours on a lot of days, it did not matter. I mean, of course it did. On some days it was so tiring, at least in my first week of my internship, because I mean, as much as I love the corporate side of it, I want to do something meaningful. So when I was interning, I really used to ask myself, is this thing adding value to anyone's life? Like if I'm recording videos, or if I'm doing a research project, or if I'm doing something, I really want it to add value to something, add value to someone's life, or just do something better for someone. And it was just not doing that, because even though I am helping my senior, I'm helping the person that I'm interning under, it's not really making a difference. I'm just literally feeding into capitalism and all of that. And I know that for a lot of people, this will just not matter and not make sense. But for me, it was important. And when I was interning, I used to get off at around 8 p.m. in the night. And I used to sometimes walk back to my PG. And I used to be crying, like literally crying. I used to tell my mom that this internship is sucking the soul out of me, because whatever I'm working on is just not adding value. But theek hai, like that's one side of it. But so I was able to witness a lot of things firsthand. Like I was able to witness client negotiations. I was able to witness how a contract is first verbally formed, and how do you agree upon terms, how do you negotiate on that. So on the legal side of it, and also on the business side of it, both sides. And then how do you approach the court? Like I went to courtroom, right? So how do you approach that and all of it? So honestly, interesting experience, sometimes soul sucking, but it's okay. There is a balance to both of it, and I think law as a profession offers you both sides of it, so you have to be aware of the two sides. So the first thing was just that carry a diary or a notebook wherever or whenever you're interning. Like note everything down. Because one thing that I was really able to gauge was that the human memory is not perfect. And as much as I want to, see, I really don't have a good memory, honestly. That is one of the reasons that I chose law, because you don't really have to remember things. I mean, you have to, but on paper you don't really have to. But when you're interning, even the smallest of details will make a lot of difference. If you're being told something, just note it down turant, and do not rely on your laptop or phone ka notes app for that. Like have a diary, have a pen with you, because you will need it all times, like at all times. Secondly, be very clear with your schedule. Like if you have something to do, if you have something on hand, you need to prioritize. You need to have maybe a tasks app or a notes app or an AnyDo app to just be able to prioritize on tasks. You need to be able to manage yourself first without, like, someone telling you on every other minute that this is what you're supposed to do. You should know what you're supposed to do once you've taken orders or your instructions from any senior that you're interning under. After that, you should be able to prioritize and list your tasks and then start working on them, which is the second thing. Third thing is that research. And by research I mean, when you are starting with your internship, a lot of law schools and a lot of institutions provide access to a lot of research sites which you need to be thorough with. So like start learning SEC Online, Manupatra, Indian Qanoon, and all these websites, even international ones if you may need them in your specific internship. You need to be able to navigate these websites. Like it's just a Google search, when you search on Google how to navigate these websites, there'll be a 5-7 minute tutorial, YouTube tutorial. You can just watch it, and you need to be thorough with these sites, because eventually when you are supposed to intern, you are not supposed to know anything at all. Like you don't know anything, because any question of law might come up, and even if you've read like 100 law books, you will not know the answer. You need to research. Like if a question comes up, you are surely going to spend like 3-4 hours researching on that one specific question, and that's when all of these things come handy. So your research skills really need to be top notch. If not top notch, you're obviously going to develop them over the years. I'm not the best researcher either. Like honestly, I suck at research, but you need to be able to research. Fourth thing, you need to be able to analyze and incorporate. Like honestly, बहुत दिनों पे तो मैं बस I used to get lost. Like if I'm studying a research, if I'm studying a case, if I'm studying an article, I'll forget the whole point. Like why did I start reading this thing? I'll forget on most days, and that is something that you're not supposed to do. Like you need to have a mind map sort of thing written out. Ki, okay, this is the first thing that I'm going to research about. Again, notebook is really important. This is the first thing that I'm going to research about. Then I'll analyze it in a way that helps my case, and then go back. Fifth thing, avoid ChatGPT. Please, like literally, please. ChatGPT fake cases दे देता है. ChatGPT लॉजिक्स ऐसे ऐसे बता देगा तुम्हें बहुत इंटेलिजेंट वाले, जो तुम्हें लगेगा ओ वाओ प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व होगी. नो लीगल बेसिस फॉर इट. एंड ChatGPT के आर्ग्यूमेंट्स may make sense but are never backed. So if you, and the legal world does not operate without backing. You need to have a very strong footing on where you're coming from. Like if you are arguing something, you need to have a precedent ready. You need to have something from the book or the statute ready to be able to support your claim. You cannot claim like 1,000 things and then just take it ChatGPT ने बोला था. ChatGPT बहुत बकवास करता है. प्लीज़ लाइक भाई ChatGPT से अपनी जितनी इमोशनल बातें, फ्रेंडली बातें, वो सब कर लो. ChatGPT से ये सब मत करो, नहीं हो पा रहा है क्योंकि उससे लीगल रिसर्च तो नहीं हो पा रही है. एंड लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, स्पेंड टाइम. लाइक दिस वॉज रियली मतलब ये मेरी एक गलती होती थी, बिकॉज मैं ना आई वॉज ऑलवेज सो मच ऑन लाइक एकदम all 10 toes that I was very ready and very eager to answer things. You're not supposed to be eager. You've got all the time in the world because you're just an intern. Like तुम्हें और कोई stress नहीं है, तुम्हें एक काम बताया गया. Spend your 8, 10, 12 hours of office on that one task and get so perfect with it, because you're senior. Like as you grow, as you become senior in your field, तुम्हारे पास टास्क बढ़ते चले जाएंगे एंड टाइम कम होता चला जाएगा. सो व्हेन यू आर in that position, when you're interning, तुम्हारे पास बहुत टाइम है. So what you can do is just read through that one thing and become so thorough with it that even your senior doesn't know as much as you do, because time तुम्हारे पास ज़्यादा है. You can spend more time and you can master that one thing. इवेंचुअली क्या होगा, इट इज़ वेरी मच पॉसिबल कि वो सेम इशू, उस तरह का इशू तुम्हारे पास लाइफ में कभी दोबारा ना आए. कि अगर तुमने एक केस एक तरह से सॉल्व करा और एक स्पेसिफिक सेक्शन से तुम्हें डील करना पड़ा है, हो सकता है तुम्हें, मतलब अनलाइकली अगेन, बट हो सकता है तुम्हें उसमें लाइफ में कभी दोबारा ना डील करना पड़े. बट वॉट इट हैज़ गिवन यू इज़ ways of research, thoroughness, your command on a certain thing, which a lot of people lack. Matlab, if you're working on something, you should really be able to command that entire thing. You should, like, once you have read something, once you have sat on something for 12 hours, after those 12 hours, you should know each and every answer. Like if your senior has asked something कि okay इसके बाद क्या होगा, इस document के साथ क्या हमें ये भी supply करना है, you have to know it all, because that's what you're supposed to do in an internship. That's how you're supposed to learn. So that's all about it. That's all about my internship in Gurgaon, and I really want to make a part 2 because बहुत सारी fun चीज़ें रह गई हैं इसमें. But if you guys will ask for it, I'll definitely make. And I'm thinking of creating a podcast sort of thing. So comment down below, let me know who you want, because I was thinking of bringing my friends and family to talk about my CLAT journey, because मैंने आई थिंक अपने आप को उतना नोटिस नहीं करा है जितना मेरी फ्रेंड्स और फैमिली ने मुझे थ्रू आउट CLAT नोटिस करा है कि मैं किस तरह से पढ़ती थी, मेरे क्या पैटर्न्स होते थे, एंड वो सब तुम्हें बेटर बता पाएंगे. And also fun chit chat हो जाएगी. You want to watch that, so just let me know. And yes, I'll hopefully see you very very soon in the next video. Please keep motivating me for making videos, and thank you for watching. Follow for more. Bye.